Hello friends, Veronica Moonlove here with your week 3 ritual and spell work for this Libra season. Thank you so much for joining me again. We are approaching the end of October, so I am wearing my Halloween theme shirt as we get closer to the spooky holiday. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have talked about in the past, Libra is the diplomat, they're the balancer, they're the mediator in most conversations or friend group circles. So I thought this week we could focus on the element of air and our breath work. Now, one of the things that I always hear witches complain about, and I've done this myself as well, is that sometimes we don't have the time to do spell work. Sometimes we don't have the tools, like all of the tools we need to do a specific spell, and sometimes we don't even just have the means to perform a certain spell craft. So this exercise is going to be focused on manifesting through our breath. So before we get started, let's first talk about manifestation. Manifestation is a very popular word right now, especially in the spiritual community. Not so much the witch community, but we can utilize manifestation within our spell work. Let's first talk about what it is and what it is not. So manifestation is essentially bringing things into fruition through the law of attraction and through our own belief. Now, a lot of people confuse it with praying. A lot of people say, well, manifestation is just the same thing as prayer. There are some commonalities, of course, but manifestation is different in that it wills things. So when you are saying a prayer, you are externalizing your energy to a higher being, a higher up, a divine version of you or a divine being. You are saying, I am praying to you for said thing, and that is what makes a prayer. Now, manifesting is willing something. So, I am this, I am that. You are utilizing your own internal power to manifest something. So that's really the main difference between manifestation and prayer. So the breathing exercise that we're going to utilize today is called the 4-7-8 breathing technique, created by Dr. Andrew Weil. It's a phenomenal breathing technique to aid in reducing anxiety, connecting with the breath, and sort of calming the nervous system down. So you're actually taking care of a lot of physical ailments throughout the day. But you can also utilize that in your manifestation through our breath, the element of air associated with Libra. And you can utilize that throughout your day to manifest or bring into fruition things that you want or need. No tools are required, so you're not going to have to bring a candle. You're not going to have to bring an incense. You can do it almost anywhere as long as you are in a quiet space. And all it really requires is your breath, visualization, and thinking, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get started on talking about the numerology of each of the numbers. So, the number 4. The number 4 is all about balance, right? Libra is all about balance. So, the reason why number 4 is all about balance, think about the number 4. If you think of a number 4, you think of a square. It's got a balance of all corners. So, it's got a foundation, a structural foundation, so that it creates a balance on both sides. It is also the number associated with the 4 cycles. We've got spring, summer, fall, winter. It's associated with the elements. We got air, fire, water, earth, and it's also associated with the directionals. So we've got east, south, west, and north. It is a balanced energy, and we can utilize that balancedness of everything that is involved when we're breathing in for this technique to substitute for our tools. Because when we think about the tools that we utilize, we're working with the elements. We're working with the energy of these elements to manipulate that energy to bring about a idea or intention of whatever we are trying to do with this spell work. So let's talk about number 7. So the number 7 is all about completion. It's about wholeness, both physically and spiritually. It's about the quest of knowledge. And when I think of knowledge, I think of air signs. I think of the element of air, because air is the closest to the celestials. It's the closest to the gods and goddesses, the divine. So that higher knowledge makes it a very spiritual number. Number 7 is found in almost all major religions. It's even found in astrology with the 7 major planets. So we've got the sun, the moon, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and then the 7 chakras. So we got the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. So the number 7 is where we can tap into that higher power that lives within us, that divine self that lives within us, so that we're able to manifest what it is we are trying to bring into fruition. So let's go ahead and talk about the number 8. The number 8. So the number 8 is all about infinity, and it is known as the achiever for its ability to manifest. What does this remind you of? Well, it reminds me of the magician card in the tarot deck because of the infinity symbol. But also, the magician is all about utilizing the tools at hand to create the life that you want to live. This is very much of a witch's card in that you are manipulating the energy to create the life you want to live. And when we think about the number 8 in Chinese culture, the Chinese believe that the number 8 is the luckiest number. They purposely and intentionally utilize the number 8 in dates, like wedding dates or anything to do with finances, because they believe that it'll bring luck. So let's go ahead and get into the breathing technique. So the 4-7-8 breathing technique created by Dr. Andrew Weil is a great technique for physical health. It helps with reducing anxiety and connecting with the breath. We can say that it's simply just a breathing meditation technique, but we can utilize it with the manifestation areas by incorporating those parts into our breathing. So when you're performing this technique, you're going to be breathing in for 4 seconds through your nose. Once you've done so, then you're going to be holding your breath for 7 seconds. And then you're going to blow out of your mouth, making a whoosh sound for 8 seconds. So that's really just the 4-7-8 technique in and of itself. But when we add the manifestation in, how we can utilize that is when we're breathing in through our nose for 4 seconds, what you are doing is you're communicating, you're invoking the elements of earth, air, fire, water, of the seasons, of the energies, the tools that you would be utilizing, you're invoking that into you. And then when you're holding for 7 seconds, you are now connecting with your higher divine self, that higher power that exists within you, the celestials, the divine, your gods and goddesses, your deities, if you work with any of them, and then you're connecting in your mind. And then when you're blowing out, that is you manifesting your power, you're willing it so, and this is where you visualize. You visualize what it is that you want to do, whatever you're trying to bring into fruition. So for example, let's say I was auditioning for a part in a film, okay? And I really wanted this part. I really, really wanted this part. So how I would do this breathing technique, not only to calm my nervous system to get me in flow, but also to manifest, is I'm going to be breathing in, thinking of the elements, thinking of the seasons, whatever tools you utilize that you would use in your spell work. I'm going to be breathing in through my nose, holding it in and connecting with that divine power, seeing myself become powerful, seeing myself become that energy to manifest. And then as I blow out, I'm thinking in my mind, I am said character. I am the supreme in American Horror Story, right? Like that's what I'm thinking, and I see myself in that part. I see myself acting that part. That is me manifesting. So how you'll want to do that is repeat it 4 times. So it shouldn't take you very long, but it will look a little something like this. And that's it. That's basically the 478 breathing manifestation technique. It's super simple, it's easy to do anywhere, you don't need any tools. And the best part about it is you're utilizing your thoughts and your visualization to bring things into fruition. Words have power, but so do thoughts. Our thoughts are just as powerful as our words. So this is a great technique to use to get the shit that you want, to get the life that you want by silently manifesting. Silently manifesting. I am making that a thing. And that concludes week 3 of Spell and Rituals for Libra season. Thank you so much for joining me. Next week is going to be our last week to wrap up Libra season. Scorpio season starts on October 23rd. I'm super excited to just tap into that death energy and provide some fun rituals and spells to get you through the witchy season. If you want to like, comment, share, or follow, please do so. Provide me with any ideas or questions you have regarding rituals or spells, or even if you have any suggestions for witchy content, I am completely open-minded to that. If you want to follow me on my other social media platforms, you can do so at Veronica_Moonlove on Instagram and TikTok. Until then, I hope you guys have a spooky, spooky week, and I will see you next time. Thanks.